Can we be angry now? I'm asking for a friend. Is it okay to be angry now? To all them toxic positivity motherfuckers who are gonna tear their goddamn rotator cuff with all the reaching that they're doing, trying to draw a silver lining in this dark cloud. How these men got me cursing on Easter Sunday, blood? Can we be angry now? I'm asking for a friend. Because I see man making some crazy reaches. They're gonna tear their damn rotator cuff. You're gonna see certain men in damn slings, in arm slings here shortly. Because in group chats that will remain private, man, them are saying all the right things, but when they turn their camera on in front of you lot, them are chat fuckery. Another curse, and it's only 2 minutes in the goddamn stream. 3. It's gonna be one of them. If you're one of them half glass full, get the fuck up out of here right now. This ain't the show for you. You can even unsubscribe. 0 fucks given. Can we be angry now is what I'm saying. Asking for a friend. If there's anyone who dares question why I want this manager sacked, the nerve and the gall of you people talking about why you men want him sacked. Why is he even here? Matter of fact, sacking him is the only solution. It's the only way we win something. I promise you that. If you tired of Arteta, raise your hand. At least I get to chuckle at on my own tears there for a second. Any new merch drop yet? That seemed to be their go-to move after we get dumped out of a competition. Contract extensions. Contract extensions we're talking about. You see all them 1 more year merchants. I don't want to hear shit from y'all. If you are a 1 more year merchant, you can't talk. Yes, silencing you. Cancel culture. Any one of them 1 more year merchants you see anywhere in the spaces talking about they want him gone now, shut the fuck up. Who are you talking to? You don't get to talk. You wanted 1 more year of this, so you gonna eat this pancake. But you know there's gonna be some merch dropped. Yeah? This is what they do. Some merch, some positive story is coming. You know the craziest one that I've heard so far? You won't even guess, football family. And I know it's the real ones here already because them pussy hoes ain't gonna be here today. Them quad wankers, them treble merchants. Oh, yeah, we're gonna call everybody out today. The craziest reach that I've heard so far. That's what I'm saying. Man, gonna tear their rotator cuff reaching. The craziest reach is progression, BBK. We got further in this competition than we did last year. Slap button gonna be hot today. Oh, last year we got dumped out to Man United, to the 10-man Man United at home. So this year we went further in this competition. That's what they're telling me. Oh, Jesus. You can't make this shit up.
There is not currently a better manager in world football than Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta has walked in as his first managerial job.
There is not a better manager in the world than Mikel Arteta. The manager from Southampton might disagree. He might beg to differ. You see, Homie and Iraola, he begs to differ because he got something for Mikel on Saturday. Oh, yeah, I promise you he does. Yeah. We talk about this fucking shit coach all the time when we say the other coaches look at Arsenal, look at the money that he's given, the talent that he has, and they look at him and be like, this guy is shit. Give me all those resources. Give me all that time. Give me all that backing, and I will cook. Meanwhile, he is out here clueless. So I'm asking the genuine question. Can we be angry now? Is it okay, K-Pes Pausa? Yeah? Come on now. What are we doing? Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts. We talked about this, off stage, backstage. Some of these men are throwing stones and hiding their hands. They're saying one thing and they're doing another. Talking up both sides of their mouths, trying to get subscribers and streams and numbers and shit. And I can't watch you be fake. Is it okay to be angry now? That's good. Stay positive, guys. That's what we're doing. Listen, people. We had a clear hangover from the final. One of the hallmarks that they've spoken on this season is like, oh, this Arsenal team, they don't lose 2 games in a row. They have this bounce back ability. Just be making up words at this point. The bounce back ability of this Arsenal team. They won't lose 2 games back to back. Well, shit. Hold my beer, Mikhail said. Yeah. Listen, it ain't 2-2. The hell with going out of 2 cups in 2 weeks. We are going out of 3 cups in 3 weeks. And I'll take it a step further. We are going out of every fucking thing. We're not going out of 2 cups in 2 weeks. We're going out of 3 cups in 3 weeks. And we're going out of 4 competitions in 4 weeks. It's over. It's done. It's been dead. You can't win. He's allergic. You think, oh, even we're waiting on the Man City implosion to win the Premier League. Man City already imploded and they're still in this thing. They lost 4 games on the bounce. You think at any point if Arsenal Football Club was in a title chase, not a title race, they're in a chase, and you lose 4 games in a row and still you're in it? Hell no. Man City should be nowhere near this league title. Nowhere near it. But yet here they are. Oh, they got a belt ready for a whipping. I'm glad I didn't watch that shit. I had a lovely day out yesterday with the wife. Lovely, lovely day out. But I couldn't help. Check the phone, check the score, check the score, check the score. I see us go down 1-0. What the fuck? Jesus. You see all the people that was talking about when Gyökeres was poor earlier on in the season, family. Remember that? When Gyökeres was poor and everyone was saying, wait till Havertz gets back. Wait till Jesus gets fit. Just throw them both up there. They both played yesterday. Gabriel J. Useless. You take the last, I'm not even going to say his name today on Easter Sunday. Gabriel Jesusless. You take the last 2 letters of his name, you had an E and you had an LESS. He is useless. Gyökeres can't do everything. Men can't fire his country into the World Cup with a hat-trick and a game winner and have to come to Arsenal and rescue you against fucking Southampton. How is it that you're Mikel Arteta? You're letting Southampton knock you out the FA Cup twice. They knocked us out this shit the year after he won it. In January of 2022, I think. No, 2021, actually. Knocked him the fuck out of the same competition. Like, what are you doing, bro? Anyone who dares question why I want this manager sacked, give your head a wobble. Sack him now is the only way we can win something. And I will ask you this, right? I will say this to the masses. You know what? Let me not even go there yet. Before I got the big up. The people keep the chats coming out. We got time today. We have time today, because I am not leaving you out. No. But we gonna talk. We got something to say, family.
You actually serious?
Southampton are 2-1
You've
up.
been opened up.
Oh my God.
I knew. Oh my God. Against this team, are you actually serious?
That was a fucking good goal, though.
Are you some sort of joke?
Disgrace. Disgraceful, every one of you. Fucking disgrace.
That's why when Martinelli's shot goes wide, I'm like, an LV,
Oh my God,
you've got to hit the target. You've got to do better.
Well,
You've got so much time and space on the edge of the box.
To knock Arsenal out. Oh, they would love that.
85th minute, we're 2-1 down. That's
I'm
it.
sorry,
Don't really see us getting
but
back
that's
in.
what me and Mark were saying. They're not playing for the shirt. They're not playing for Mikel. What are they doing? Calafiori, what are you doing?
Super Mendy,
Is he
off
off?
it.
He's off.
Super Mendy.
He's off.
No.
He's off.
No, but the players
it weren't.
They're not playing for their shirt. You hear that, motherfucker? You hear him? Oh, Jesus. Listen, people. Big up every time. Quadruple, they said. Listen. Right now, we will address certain men when they pop up, if they pop up. But we know what the deal. Like, we keep it real over here. We hand out a big slice of the accountability pie, yeah? Big up. Well, that perked me up last night after our result. Monster, I said this before our kickoff. I said, Arsenal Football Club, don't you dare. Because as bad as Liverpool is, you lose this game 1-0, we have a worse result. Man, Liverpool can lose 4-0 and Arsenal say, hold my beer. No. I want the headlines of the weekend for the wrong reason. Speak on it, AJ. You tell them. Because we're here for it. We have the receipts. We're not allowed, TK. We're just supposed to stay positive and enjoy the ride. This ride. It's progression, We made it further than we did last year. Tone, you're telling me bigger fish to fry. I know you're being sarcastic, my bro. TK, I know where your loyalties are, my friend. And I know you're a real one, but you see some of these mans, bro. Some of these men in some, I'm gonna keep it real with the audience, bro. I'm in about 15 something group chats with YouTubers and Arsenal fans and rivals alike. And I'm telling you, some of these people that you watch are lying to you. They're saying one thing in the motherfucking group chats, which will remain private, but when they hit the live button, them come chat fuck with to your ears. Brother, big up, man. Big up to Godfrey. Love my G. Big up to Blacks. We're getting dragged out here in the streets, man. Dragged. From the quad to the double in 2 games, those top gunners will be soon going over Arteta. Is everyone? Yeah, you know what? They're already doing it, monster. Because the script is out. Because what you're going to start hearing now, we're 9 points clear, which I've already debunked the 9-point thing. We don't have a 9-point lead, y'all. It's a 3-point lead disguised at 9. We're 1-0 down to Man City already. And they're beating Palace. Southampton was the task at hand, and we couldn't get by Southampton. What man are telling me? It's over, people. It's done. You know, all these people that we're talking about, hey, we got it's done. We got both hands on the Premier League trophy. No, the fuck we don't. Listen, there was no Julian Alvarez in that squad. There was no Griezmann in that Southampton squad. There's no Rafinha, no Lamine Yamal. None of that. Man, I saw a man on stream had to go Google these Southampton players, who they are. Man are out here looking like professional footballers, bopping the ball around us. There was no Lamine Yamal, no Gabby, no Pregi in that fucking squad. So how are we gonna get out of our side of the Champions League? What are we on? And who else knew that Odegaard would come back and fuck things up? And who knew that Max would have been the shining light? Like I said, I didn't watch the game, but there were enough people who I respect who watched it that said X, Y, and Z. The Southampton manager said he had something for us prior to the match. I can't lie, that's tough. Can't lie, that's tough. These managers don't respect him, Blacks. They know that he is shit. We should make history and sack him from first right now. It's the only way we win the Premier League. No Arteta sexual shall be spared from the underwriting this nonsense for years. Big up, BBK. Big up to you, Doctor. Doctor, we there, bro. We got eyes. We got ears. We're here for it. We know what we're talking about. The bounce ain't bouncing. The bang ain't banging. The yin ain't yanging. Something is wrong. I'm hearing, man, sell this player, sell that. We should not sell another motherfucking player. We should not buy another motherfucking player until he goes. Let the new manager who knows how to play football come look at the squad. New detective, assess the situation. Not the situation. The situation. Do some analysis of the situation. And then he or she gets a vote in the type of profile and the player that he needs. This motherfucker, he don't get nothing else. But we are here talking about contract extensions. Where's that boy 10 motherfucker? He won't be here. I'll be shocked if I see him back. And here's why I will be shocked if I see him back, right? Here's why. Should he show up, he will come over here and say X, Y, and Z. I want Arteta gone. He is this, he is that. And we're going to pause for a second and we're going to look him dead in the face and we're going to say, who the fuck are you talking to? Who are you telling? You can't come over here towards the end of the game and try to tell us what happened when we were telling you this was what's going to happen. So we're going to ask him, who the hell are you talking to? You can't be us. Who are you telling this shit about Arteta and this and that? And hold on, people. They got this pussy out speaking in the background. 1 second. Oh, good thing that shit flickered out because it's probably some more waffle. Because you know when Arteta is lying, when his damn lips are moving. If that man is talking, he's lying his ass off. Big up to Godfrey again. Sporting is going to be worse. They have better ballers as we were in for a lot. Right now, we are out. We're not winning that game. You see all this toxic positivity that even myself has been putting out in the YouTuber sphere. Because I rarely predict us to lose a game. Because I think the squad is good enough to beat these teams. But the tax and the tariff and the shackles, it doesn't even matter what the starting 11 is anymore. Like my bro Rashid, we might as well change the name of the show and stop doing the starting 11 shows, my friend, because it doesn't matter. It cannot overcome the shit tactics. If you put 11 attackers on the pitch and tell them to defend, or put 11 defenders on the pitch and tell them to attack, the tactics are what they are. I literally said this yesterday, called the loss yesterday, for fuck's sake. Yeah, you did. And I'm going to leave that on the screen for a second while I take a sip of my drink, my Joe. Because the men them are going to get their flowers. Because we had to sit here for what? We're in the merry month of April. We've had to sit here for 6-7 goddamn months to listen to these men talk about quad and call us out our names. I promise you that motherfucking Aaron London won't come over here today typing in all caps. You know, they pop up over here after every win, after every this, after every feel-good moment and tell us what I'm at and all them things there, yeah? But we won't see him, I promise you. They'll hide out in the safe spaces of the catch-up. Incidentally, was there a domestics? Because I didn't get an invite. Oh, it's only after we win and it's the Arteta Glaze session. I know the internet still works over there in the UK. You went had a big boxing match to watch last night. I know the internet is working just fine. I don't see any panels. The domestics with the catches and the SBs and the capes and the Goonalees. Yeah? Realist Gooner, my bro, Realist Gooner. Hey, you know you my G, bro. You, we'll talk offline, my G. Big up to Flybree. It was great, brother. It was great. I had a fantastic day. And then I had to come back to this madness. Oh, my days. UK Arsenal, I was ill yesterday, and Arsenal only made it worse. Yeah, man, these men make you want to sin. You could be trying to live a righteous life. These men will make you sin. If you have medical and heart condition, this football club will kill you by the end of the season. And who the hell was he talking to, AJ, talking about they're not playing for the badge, they're not playing for the... Singing to the choir. You're not the one, bro. Wrong messenger. Seeing Odegaard made me angry. I knew what was coming. But you know who they call this time of year? You know, the big... You see all this knowledge. You see this esteemed panel of guests on the terrace. Look at this look. You see their faces. This is what happens. These puppets for Terry Flores. Look at them. I can only put a still frame because I don't want to hear shit they have to say. Yeah. And a steep panel of Arsenal fans. People, there are so many. If you ever wonder why there are some politicians who stay in office for an abundance of time, you wonder there are so many stupid fucking people in the world. And then you look at some of these channels and wonder why they have so many followers. You realize, yeah, there are so many stupid motherfuckers in the world. Because only stupid people listen to that type of shit. People who can't think for themselves. Xabi Alonso would have said of our season, this manager is a fraud. Any manager with some tactical nous, Godfrey. Anyone who can coach attacking football, anyone who doesn't play anti-football, anyone who has something about him, anyone who doesn't panic and realize that it's just football, it's not life or death. You know, imagine me, right? Imagine I call in for air support. I'm pinned down with my troops, and I call in for air support. This may or may not be a true story. And I call in for air support, and they say, no, the airspace is too hot, because they value the price of a helicopter more than they do human life. And they say, no, chief, no air support. You think I can just quit the mission? No, the mission was to seize that building. I have to go seize it without. So when I see these men out here being cowardly in a football match, I'm like, what in the attack? Odegaard was taking a shot and kicked the ball onto his shin. That's nerves. That nerves, because he knows he doesn't have the ball. And Tony Adams told us, and they told him and told me and told everyone to shut up about it. He's a drunk. He doesn't know. He's only the greatest goddamn captain to ever captain this football club. He knows a thing or two, don't he? Don't he? You know, big up Quadra, man. The whole damn team can go suck them mother, brother. Dash with everybody, but it has to start one place. One place. Start at the head of the snake. 33 of you legends locked in, people. Slap up the like on them something. We're having a conversation. We're gonna vibe today, people. We have to talk. Something all right? We need to do a cappella and just pull the plug even if we win. Long term, this issue will be like the Nuggets and the Rams. We don't want to be a one and done club. Yeah, the one and done model. But this guy, you can't, brother. You can't do no shit like this. Out of 2 cups in 2 weeks when we're talking. Come on now. What are we doing? Sack him now and we might win it. Big you up on this Easter Sunday, Toronto Guna. That positive, that brother, that complete fool, man. Now for the people who are just joining, you know, I'm not even gonna play that shit again. It's gonna hurt my nerves. It's gonna hurt my ears. It is going to hurt my motherfucking ears. But you know what? For the good of content and for what we're talking about, we must. He said the players would run through a brick wall for Farteta and then turn around and say this.
And like NLV,
Oh my God,
you got to
I
hit the
can't
target. You got to do better.
Well, you some sort of disgrace. Disgraceful, every one of you. Fucking disgrace.
That's why when Martinelli's shot goes wide, I'm like, NLV,
Oh my God,
you got to
I
hit the
can't believe
target. You got to do better.
Well, I said
You've got so much time and space on the edge of the box.
It's not Arsenal out. Oh, they would love that.
You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace, he said. That's what he said. Who's he talking to? That's what I know. I want to know, who is he calling a disgrace? These players that he's been sucking off all season. This manager that he's been sucking off all season. All of a sudden, they're a disgrace. Who are you telling? Does he not know that we have 1,000 hours of takes out here of him saying fuckery? But this is what I mean. But when you sit over there with motherfuckers who say dumb shit, right? You say stupid shit all year long, you might convince yourself that it's true.
There is not currently a better manager in world football than Mikel Arteta.
No. As much as it hurts our ears, we have to hold these people accountable for the shit that you say. You see, it's the same couch. Anyone who was asking why fucking Positive Dan was saying the shit that he said, that's what he wanted. He's on the couch now, next to Marty and Christian. You know, why didn't Turkish get an invite to that couch? Why didn't Lee Gunner and Northside get an invite to that couch? No, because they said shit like this. 1.8 million subscribers, you know, and growing. So people want more of that. These 1 more year merchants, you don't get a right to complain about. You wanted this. You wanted this. You wanted more of this. So here you go. Have at it. They should be playing for us 100%. It's madness. Big up to Hendo, man. Hope you're good, man. Well, good as you can be on this Easter, bro. I'm gonna put it again on the screen, Darren. Did I not say we were losing that game yesterday? 100% you did. I think it was you and Wahaha said we were going to lose. And Guna SE. I had 3-0, bruv. We said 3-1 after Mr. Kepper in goal. I said, all right, 3-1. Kepper going to let one in. Kepper was like, nah, I see your one. I'll raise you 2. At least, here's a silver lining in the cloud. At least we know Kepper won't play for Arsenal this year again. And I'm saying this year because he'll be here next year if Mikel stays. Yeah? So at least we know. The reach that I'm hearing, the rotator cuff exercise that I'm hearing, oh, this is progression. This is further than we went in the FA Cup last year. Nah, the only silver lining is that Kepa won't play for us another fucking game this year. The only way he sticks again is if David Raya is injured. Party over here once he leaves, bro. I got my gentleman's jack ready. Me and Vigilante gonna light it up. Big up to Mr. Cousteau. And, now on a day like this, I can appreciate you throwing the sarcasm out the window, Mr. Top Guna extraordinaire, and realize just what the task at hand is. This is what we were telling you. This is what we were on. This is the fear. Like my man Jones always says, it's not Arsenal versus Southampton. It was Arteta versus Arsenal. That fraud captain Odegaard selling the game didn't convert his chance and gives away the hospital pass and waves his hands at Dowman. Yeah. Preying on the weak, preying on the kid. Gone, thin air. Yeah, he can't come here. He can't come here. That coach Jordash, brother, he only goes on. The only time I see him now is that I see him on. Where do I see him? I see him in Latvian Gunas chats. The only place I see him. Other than that, he's in the other safe spaces. Yeah. But Latvian Guna is a real one. But I do see him over there. I don't see him anywhere else. This chat might be too toxic for him, and I love it that way. Stay your ass away from my chat room, yo. Pussy wall, yo. Yeah. And Tony called, you're going to have to come answer for this treble talk, my friend. You must. The same way I'm here right now answering for my domestic cup double, because you remember, people, I can't run from it. I said we would win the FA Cup and the Carabao. And most people disagreed with me when I said that was enough for me for him to get a second year. It wasn't all about the Premier League for me. I was saying this in the summer when they had the transfer window that they had. Liverpool, I'm speaking of. I said, we can win the Carabao, we can win the FA Cup, but goddamn, that's gone now. And from where we were postured, everyone was saying it's a minimum of 2 trophies. Well, dead that. Never say never. We're not winning 2 trophies. We're not. At this point, if you put a gun to my head and you ask me, are we winning a trophy? The answer is no. It's a hard no for me. But yeah, this is a Steve panel of knowledge. Look at them. Look at them. I think the one next to Flores is called Giuseppe. The other brother next to him, he be on Gunas therapy a lot, but I don't know his name. But you know the lunatics at the bottom. See, listen, if it wasn't for YouTube, Igal would be selling phone cases in the mall. You know those guys you walk about in the mall and they're selling phone cases under their little stalls. That's what he'd be doing. Selling motherfucking phone cases in the mall if it wasn't for YouTube. 30,000 stupid motherfuckers pay you to talk about football. Igal talks football. That motherfucker is a YouTuber who talks about football. He's not a footballer who does YouTube. Don't know jack shit. Just getting caught up here, people. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Big up to Wira. Wait, are you saying there's no player power existing at your club? You really think Arteta gone now guarantees you the league for you? Brother, there is no other manager who would have been back to the hills and back for 3 years and fucked off 3 straight league titles, about to be 4. I'm not hearing that. What other manager you seen been back year after year after year and fucked off this many trophies? Come on now. Don't do this. Oh, we're not doing that. Quad bottle. Yes, sir, Quad Bot. It's the only way, bro. It's the only way. Make the hard, uncomfortable decision. Do the hard right versus the easy wrong. Southampton manager is 33, by the way, and he's been a coach for like 4 or 5 months, and he schooled the brilliant savant Arteta. Yeah, super Mick, super Mick. And there are people in the spaces with super Mick Arteta posters on their wall trying to tell us about football. At 28, 29 years old, you are a grown motherfucking man. And if you have a super Mick poster on your wall, you belong on that panel of esteemed guests that are shown on Terry Flewis TV. Yeah. We're not beating Sporting Lisbon. We're not even beating Bournemouth. You could finish the season undefeated and still lose the league. That makes sense, because these draws that they're gonna say that at least we didn't lose is gonna cost us 2 draws, and City are right back in this thing. We've seen Eddie Howe do numbers on Mikel. We've seen Iraola do the double on him last year. We've seen Fulham being a thorn in our side. We still have those games. We see Nuno Espirito Santo take points from Arteta. We still have them. Pissed, bro. Day later. I didn't even watch the game and I'm mad. Fuming. I didn't let it ruin my day though while I was out with the ladies. Arteta tax come double in April. Facts. The tax deadline is in 10 days. April 15th is upon us. You just file your taxes. Don't let the IRS come after you, people. I mean, I know we're going to lose, but for fuck's sake, it still burns. Yeah. Gyökeres comes on and tries to rescue the game, but goddamn. What else? Oh, you mean to tell me that at this point in the season, if he doesn't have a fully fit squad and the sun and the moon and everything is aligned for him, he can't fucking win? Remember when the draw happened? People, remember when the draw happened for the Southampton? We celebrated Southampton. We said, yes. We didn't want Leeds. We were the only Premier League side left. Well, no, fucking Chelsea. But Chelsea handled their business, put 7 past that man, right? Okay. We had a championship side. We didn't want Leeds. We didn't want West Ham. We didn't want City. We didn't want Liverpool. We didn't want Chelsea. We got who we wanted. Oh, we should have gotten Port Vale. We would have had a chance. That's the only way we would have had a chance if we gotten Port Vale, huh? Because we beat Port Vale in the damn semis. Fuck me, man. My God. Even Tony got gassed back in February. Tony got gassed in match week 11. Remember, you know how I remember it was match week 11, Hendo? It's the weekend we played Sunderland. That 2-2. Remember that? And I was saying, listen, if I don't see this manager be brave in match week 11, he's locking up shop trying to protect a 2-1 lead and trying to kill off the game. What the hell you think he's going to be brave towards the business end of the season when we go to Man City? Come on, bruv. Mad. I've been saying we're going to go out to Southampton since the Carabao Cup and got questioned for. You did get questioned for, but Doc, I got you. I seen the prediction show on the Football Rig, right? And don't forget, I was in the chat and I was calling certain men out. There was certain man on the panel that was talking about Arteta is progressing. And I put in the chat, progress is not second. That's stagnation at its finest, right? Because if, say, for example, the second finishes wasn't second. Say it was fourth. Would the energy be the same? So what's the difference between fourth and second? It's a night out during midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, Champions League. Because last year's second wasn't compared to the second the year before that when we were actually in a title race. So when I hear man calling second progress, I'm saying, bro, you're reading from the Top Gunner script. And then you're going to turn around and pretend like you don't know what the fuck a Top Gunner is. We've been calling these motherfuckers out for time. You know what I mean? Jacques, I appreciate the sarcasm. Positive Dan stated, we might as well hand the Premier League to City now. Source AFTV. Might change the name. Might need a name change. It's fake. When you name yourself positive anything, it backs you into a corner where you have to just blindly back anything, like all those chicks that Derek Jackson was lying to for all these years. That he got caught for being the cheat and fraud that he is, but they had backed him to the hill, so they just had to double and triple down. I wonder how Positive Dan's boat is holding up. Looks like it's sprung and leaks. Yeah, there's one leak over here. Try to plug this leak. Forgot there's another one over there. Boat is about to capsize out this bitch. You know, football is difficult for these players, but the manager's tactics make it even more difficult. He is thinking up dumb shit. He is thinking of some dumb shit to say. Some copium, some hopium. Big up to Wahaha, man. It's dead. The Arteta tax is real. It's fucked. From minute one, Odegaard was crap. He did not show for a simple pass from Diamond. Since then, he did next to nothing yet. Content said Odegaard playing gives him hope. Rather, they changed it now, Hendo. But right after the game, Foot Mob gave Odegaard banner of the match. Now I'm gonna delete that fucking app off my phone. It's mutant ran at this point. I like their layout and how they give me what I'm looking for when I click on a player, goals, competition. I like how they break down shit. But when they do stupid shit like that, I'm gonna be like, yeah, your football integrity. Once I question your football integrity, it's over, because then it's an agenda in it. You're running an agenda. The agenda I'm running is because of the football. The anti-Mikel Arteta agenda is because he plays anti-football and he's anti-trophy. Where's Tony with his treble jazz? I should tag him in the video. Big up to DG2. Big you up, my G. They play like they ran through a big wall. I don't know. Didn't see it. I just saw the 2-minute highlight of shit on top of shit. The highlights going Southampton's way when we are the Premier League giants. The club is a disgrace. Rookie employee, manager. Oh, man, sign him top dollar. 15.6, you know. And man is out here talking about contract extension. The gall. He wants to sign that deal so bad because he knows he's stealing money. He wants to sign that deal so bad because he knows he's a damn fraud. Because he knows that even he is as much of a politician and a narc that he is, he knows that there's an expiration date. He knows that he will be found out at some point by the masses. We already know that the jig is up. He's a fraud. He rested Saka and Rice for 2 weeks and they don't even make the bench. If things goes wrong, it's all on our head. It's already fucked. It's wrong. It's gone wrong. And I'm glad he didn't play Rice yesterday because they're not fit because he's already fucked them up. You see Benjamin White mistiming. He can't jump. He didn't mistime his jump. He misjudged his athleticism. The old Benjamin White gets to that ball. He can't jump. His knees are fucked. Because the coach has ran him into the ground, played him 3 months when he needed surgery. He can't jump. His brain is telling him this is the right play to make. His body said, bro, you forgot that you're all 30 years old almost. 28, 29, I think. With knees that don't. I can't even speak on anybody's performance. Wow, I didn't watch the game, and I'm glad I didn't. And I'd be even more upset if I had to subject myself to 94 minutes of that shit. We don't allow for recycling of image after they've been chatting the loudest and the longest of this manager. Yeah. Just get behind the team, back the team. Get behind what? Who are you to ask another human being to blindly follow trash? Think for yourself, young men and women. Southampton seen our performance in that final versus Man City and said, these men are trash. We can get at them. If you ask Positive Dan, right? I really believe this. No cap. I believe if you big up joints. If you ask Positive Dan, right? Egal. This panel, this esteemed panel of pussy holes, yeah. If you ask these men, Sack Arteta now, and you 100% win the Premier League. Or keep Arteta, and you might win it. I'm inclined to believe that they would say, keep him and take our chances with him, because they don't just want to win. They want to win with him so they can try to chat to us. Big and serious question. I'm not trolling here, people. If you do anyone believe if we ask these men, sack Arteta now, you guaranteed to win the Premier League. You're losing the Champions League. You're not built for that yet, but you're winning the Prem. The only trophy left that you're a favorite to win, right? Or you keep him and it's 50-50. What you think they would say? Honestly. Come on. Big up Mateo. My stupid ass said 3-1 as well. Not predicting scores from now on. But if you had every right to believe that we would win that game 3-1, Godfrey. We're the Premier League leaders. We're the best team in Europe. We got Super Mick Arteta. You were well within your right to think we can beat them convincingly. But nah. They looked at our performance. I swear. They looked at our performance and was like, yep. They play like this against City, can't get across half line. We can get at these, man. It's on our home turf. Yeah. And it almost feels as had we gotten by Southampton anyway, the draw comes out on today or tomorrow. I know Joanne's told me when the draw was. The draw comes out, we draw whoever. We'd be out. We'd lose. At this point, the law of averages, Chelsea would probably fuck around and beat us. We already know City's going to beat us in any competition we play them in. And at this point, I'm not sure we can beat Leeds or West Ham. All the saviors was on the pitch. All the favorites was on the pitch. What happened? Super Mick. Super Mick happened. Super duper Mick and his tariff tactics. I ain't upset at anything. That's what I expected from Arteta, this clown. It stings a little bit, though, DG2. I can't lie. It stings. I didn't watch the game and it stings. Well, haha brought it up earlier. My domestic cup double. That's what I was on. I don't think that was on tall order at all. The same way I don't think the captain can give us 4 good games that can propel us to the Premier League title. But after that performance yesterday, from what I'm hearing, if he plays 4 games, this Premier League is over in the next 4 games. At this point, I'm like, goddamn, the hell what I said about Eze's calf injury could lead to an Achilles. Are we willing to rush Eze back for a Premier League title? I'm gonna be straight up and be like, no, fuck that. I'm not willing to risk a player's health and a man's livelihood and way to earn a living just because the manager is shit and has misused and mismanaged the squad. One game, first game back. Fucking hell. First start. I thought he would feature. I didn't know that he would start. I actually thought he would feature. I thought Mikhail would have packed the midfield with Martinelli and Max in there with Norgard and MLS. Yeah, and actually played a 4-4-2 with Havertz and Jesus. But from what I'm hearing, Gabriel Jesus was useless yesterday. Absolute loser. Even the football commentary was like he was anonymous in the first half. Gyökeres came on and vindicated that sub. Calafiore for that last goal. What was he doing? He looked like a fish out of water for that last goal. I swear. He looked like he didn't know if he was coming or going. A clear hangover from the final. I'm waiting for the merch to drop. And this contract talk, this contract extension better go the fuck away right now. Because you know what? You notice that all the preseason context scenarios are disappearing. Remember going into the season, right? We said if he doesn't win anything, he has to go. He has to get sacked. Some people say even if he wins something, if it's not enough, he needs to get sacked. And we asked them other man, I'm tired of saying their name. We asked them, and you know what their answers were because they're reading from a script. Their answers were, well, it all comes down to context. If we make it to the EFL Cup final and lose it, check. If we get bounced out of the FA Cup in in this round, or we make it to the Champions League final and go out to a Real Madrid and all this, then we have to see. Or if the Premier League comes down to the last day and we lose it by a point, we have to see. Well, all that shit has disappeared. It has, because we didn't get to the FA Cup final. We couldn't get past the championship team. So this is another trophy that Southampton has cost us, because Southampton played a big part in putting a nail in our coffin in the first failed title charge, right? The 1-1 at St. Mary's. Remember that one? And the 3-3 at the Emirates. And then you're going to let another... Woo. So, I'm sitting here winding myself up, you know. It's very upsetting, man. Big up to JJ. We want to be wrong. So we wanted to be wrong so bad about this manager, bruv. But a 5-year sample size, with these 1-year merchants, I don't know what hopium they were on. We might lose them all because Arteta gets held at gunpoint by the bookies every season. That coach brother is not appearing on Latvian Guna's channel. He's hiding. I think I seen him a couple of years ago. Not a couple of years, a couple of days ago. And when Broski Aaron used to do his he came here once. He came here one evening, and I think the chat was just too real for him. Like, not everyone is built for this. You know what I mean? And if you want to hold hands and sing Kumbaya when we're shit, then BBK Sports is not for you. You know? Maybe you need to go on over to the catch up and never a foul in that. Or over to the terrace where they have that esteemed panel of Egal talk shit and, you know, Giuseppe and Marty and these men. You know, the AFTV clan. My real, oh shit. DG, this isn't Arsenal FC, it's Feelings FC from now on. As long as Arteta is manager, don't want to hurt Kepa's feelings out the FA Cup. Well done. Yeah, fair point. The sad fact, we never look like winning either of our 2 games. Never look like scoring goals. Yeah. And in the final 8 of the Champions League, I can sit here today with no chest. I'm fully deflated, and I'm saying that we don't beat Sporting on Tuesday. I'm not saying we're not going to go through the tie, but I don't think we go to Portugal and win. Right? We seen these men, they were down by 3 goals or 4 goals to Bodo and turned it around. They got something about them. They're going to look at this Arsenal team. They don't see any game changers in this team that are adults. The only game changers any game changer we put on the pitch yesterday going forward was a 16-year-old. Yeah. But it's mad. He'd be selling phones, bro. That's what he would be doing without football. But you got 30,000 idiots that decided they're going to give him a platform. And there are certain men who come over here and talk about big him up. No, don't big him up nothing. Fuck him. He is a part of the cancer at this football club. I don't care. I don't know him. I know him. I just know that he don't know football. Big up to Lux. What are we doing? What we are doing here better than what the Invincibles butted by Southampton. And yeah, his words. How many of these guys get into the Invincibles? None. Maybe Timber. But I'm not even willing to say that until we win something. You can't have a bunch of winners who did something that no one has ever done in the Premier League and a bunch of nearly men making comparisons. I'm sorry. Winning has to mean something. This is like, remember back in the day in the NBA, you had to win to get a shoe deal, get a cereal commercial, a State Farm commercial. Now, every State Farm commercial got Chris Paul in it. Every single one. That started somewhere. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people hated Mike, you know, because he put emphasis on winning. No shoe deals, no endorsements until you fucking win. So none of these guys should be making any comparison to any of our absolute legends because they don't win. They haven't won. Put on some damn screen protectors, man. Yeah, brother, be selling phones, bro. You know the man who go to college and get a useless degree. Go get a degree in marketing or some shit just to say they can have one. And was laughing at the man down there learning trade, learning how to be a mechanic, an electrician, a carpenter, a licensed contractor, people who work with their hands, you know, the dirty jobs. So they go to college and get these useless degree in marketing and communication and shit. And to do what? Yeah, to sell fucking phones and fix screens. You know what I'm on? They all toxic, but at least Anton openly says he wants Arteta sacked. if he doesn't win the league. The rest of them are beyond help. Big up to Footy Bands for the fair take. If I go overboard, man, please reel me back in, bro. Looking upset. Why? Cheer up, mate. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You wanted this. You wanted one more year of this, 2 more years of this, so what you complaining about? How are you meant to bite into a shit sandwich and complain that it tastes bad? It's a shit sandwich. It's supposed to taste bad. This old Arteta thing is a shit sandwich. The shit sandwich is a 3-point lead, disguised as 9, that come match week 35 will be 3. And that's assuming we beat Bournemouth. That's assuming. That's not a fair assumption at this point. We couldn't assume that we could beat Southampton. Southampton. You guy would be running a daycare if it wasn't of YouTube. If you know, you know. I know exactly. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Hendo. Mikel Arteta's idea of football, playing Jesus, Kai, and Odegaard. They ain't playing football like guys that don't score. Keep the ball. I didn't look at the stats. I didn't look at anything but the scoreline. But I'm pretty sure if I go look at the stats, it's going to say something like 64, 65% Arsenal. And 60 or 70% possession of that 64% is between Saliba and Gabriel. And how is it? Now, I said I've seen the goals. I've seen the highlight, not the extended highlights, a 2-minute clip of highlights. How is it with all this Arteta's attacking impetus? It's Gabriel that makes the line-breaking pass, my center back. My center back. Odegaard was on the pitch for what, an hour? A must-win game. And the captain lasts an hour. Remember the must-win game we had at the Emirates against Man United? The captain lasted 58 minutes. Don't tell me about injuries. Don't tell me shit about injuries now. Don't want to hear it. You were fit enough to start. How about you start someone else and he can come on and finish the fucking game? The quad bottle is on, you know. It's on, it's on, it's on. They deserve this shit for backing this fraud manager. Every bite. Take a bite of this shit sandwich and enjoy it. You wanted this. People are out here disrespecting Yuck, who never runs and keeps going despite the coach not wanting him. You know what I'm saying? The step kid have to do twice as much than the spoiled children who aren't going to turn out to be shit because they don't have work ethic. Because he does work. Yeah? And earlier, Jones, before you popped in, I was saying, you remember, if we go back to the beginning of the season, you remember when Yuck started off poor because of the shit tactics, everyone was saying, just put Havertz up there, wait till Havertz gets back, wait till Gabriel Jesus gets back. Well, both them fuckers started yesterday. Both Jesus started, both Havertz started. And other than the assist, did Havertz do anything? Like I said, I didn't watch the game. You man have to tell me. 2 strikers on the pitch with Captain Fantastic and one of the best talents in the right wing in Max. And we couldn't muster up a goal. When Arteta gets sacked, these Arteta sexuals are going to go back into the workforce. Somehow this man manages to register at Mark Spencer and TK Maxx. Yeah, Piggly Wiggly in that. You remember them ones, Doc? It's mad. What are they going to do? Are they going to have the same amount of grace for the next manager? Because the standard is the standard. I don't care if I like the next manager. I don't care if they appoint Cesc or TT, whoever. The standard is the same. You either win or you fuck off. Just like Southampton, Bournemouth ain't lost in like 13 games. Food for thought. Yeah, Bance. The last time they lost was us, the 3-2 at Vitality Stadium. I think that was back in January. I don't remember, but the last time, that was us. When Gabriel gave the assist and then went and scored. And I think Krupi had scored at the end to make it 3-2. But we are done out here, man. Yeah. This is it. First, they call you crazy, Doc. Then they understand. Because they did call you crazy when you said we're losing to Southampton. I saw it in the chat. I was there. I was there, my bro, watching you having a walk, backtrack, not backtrack, but be defensive against that positive merchant that is Sammy from Football Rig now. Big up Sammy still. But Sammy, Question for Sammy. Yeah, man. Are we allowed to be angry now, my friend? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I can't be on panels coming off as the angry black guy when I'm saying this and I'm saying that. Now, that's why I led this stream with. Is it okay for me to be angry now? Is what I'm on. Got something off your chin, brother. We cannot continue. This has to end. The only trophy that Broski has gotten near in his managerial tenure, he can't seem to muster up a decent defense of it or a decent chase. Out of all the teams, we couldn't expect to get Port Vale, people. We couldn't. It would have been nice, Port Vale at home, but you get what you get. You got the next best thing. You got the championship side. The side that got relegated and took you out the last FA Cup in 2021 after you won it. Imagine if we don't win Sporting. We might go through on the tie, but we're not winning in Portugal. That's on a linear scale. They're better than Southampton. We're not beating Sporting. We can't run with them. Luckily, to get out there with a draw, we are not fit to compete with them. The coach does not develop a passing football philosophy. Just run. Yeah. Meanwhile, we know the ball is faster than everybody. Yeah. 22 years of my life wasted. Yeah, there's a picture in one of the plaques behind me, Tone, when we won the Premier League in 2004, and then I took off to go over there. You know what I mean? That was the last jubilation that I had of this team in Premier League fashion. Now, if you remember, we were talking about the shit form spilling over to the Champions League after the first leg against Leverkusen. Now the shit form is just everywhere. You know, it is. We weren't great against Mansfield in the previous fixture, if you remember. Right? It was a worldly swing of the foot from Nani Madueke, and Eze coming on to provide a moment of brilliance to win the game. It wasn't a difficult run. It was favorable. Mansfield, Southampton away, your Arsenal Football Club. You have to get through that tie. You can't go out of 2 cups in 2 weeks. Mikhail says, "Oh, my beer." Matter of fact, I see your 2 cups. Fuck that. I'm going to raise you a 3rd cup. I am going out in 3. 3 competition in 3 weeks. Sporting got something for us, bro. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Do not. Take your time. Juju says, "Cheer up, fellas. The double is still on," with the laughing emoji. Yeah. Emphasis on the laughing emoji. Big up, Juju. Thank you for being here. Glad the algorithm found you today, man, for these Arsenal tears. They have no chemistry because even when we're in an attacking posture, even when we have the ball, they know that their primary focus is defense. So they're already thinking about, should I lose this ball? Should the ball turn over? I have to get in this position on the other end. They're not thinking about where is the best pass to break the lines. To the point where it took Gabriel had to break the lines yesterday because the attackers didn't know how to do it. We should have gone all out for the FA Cup. That's more realistic than to win the UCL. But Blunderman fucks it up. Sack him. Yeah, this is a great point. Because if you ask anyone with sense, anyone who's not taking dopamine, and ask them this question, do we have a realistic chance of winning the Champions League? You probably got to be like, nah. We can win it. But the law of averages and the laws of probability, not possibility. Of course it's possible. It's football. The ball is round, isn't it? But is it likely that we win the Champions League? No, we had a championship team in front of us. In the Champions League, we have teams with European pedigree. Should we get by this, we have Julian Alvarez and Griezmann to come up against. I was watching, man, on stream. They had to be Googling names of some of these Southampton players. We know who Lamine Yamal is and Rafinha, Gavi and Pregi. That's who is on the other side if we get by Sporting. FA Cup, Premier League, that's a wonderful season. Right now, it's looking like it's going from shit. It's going from sugar to shit. Raya brings stability in defense, but fraud loves Kepa. Old feelings can hurt. That's the thing. At least we know now. This is the only this is the only silver lining is that we know Kepa won't play for us the rest of the season. If Kepa is playing, that means Raya is injured. Because it's not like he can bench Raya now for Premier League and Champions League games to prove a point. Yeah. Ben was captain. I didn't even know that. Like I said, I didn't watch the game, brother. I was out. You know, my wife does a great job of allowing me to watch football. She knows ball is life. She knows that I watch ball, and especially now I'm doing the streaming thing. But at some point, she can schedule events around. Sometimes the events that she wants to go to are 12 o'clock on a Saturday. And that's what time the game came on for me, 12 hours on a Saturday. Because I'm behind you, man. You know? So, yeah. Didn't get the game, but shit, man. It's probably a good thing. At least Gian his stream where he does lose his mind over Italy not qualifying is there for me. Something to keep me like moving alive. Yeah, I didn't do a crash out on the Reggae Boys, but I did it off camera. Yeah. Knew we would lose. My God. Tone fell asleep. Big up to the young lad. Big up to Tyrell Gunner, man. Big you up, my G. I know you're feeling some type of way. They have no chemistry because they do not train passing and move football. The team is clearly split on what gets done in training. The defending drills is what they do most. Yeah. He must have the defenders doing attacking drills and the attackers doing defensive drills. Because there's been many times I see Saliba in that very position that Gabriel make that pass to break the lines and doesn't. He checks and passes it back to Raya. You know, but we were down 1-0 at that point. Gabriel had to say something, had to do something. Us, Rob. I'm sure you don't, Juju. I'm sure this contract extension talks is music to your ears. You know what I mean? But big you up still. Let me know who you support. I can't tell from your profile pic or anything, but big up, man. These clowns would keep him and win nothing. Yep. They will double and triple down. Nah, just give me. Sack him now. You're guaranteed to win the league. If I watch their content, I would actually put it in the chat and ask them for a poll. No cap in that rap. They're chancing with it, Arteta, than bringing in a caretaker. They're simply infatuated with Arteta, hooked on phonics like Alex Trebek. Alex Trebek, you know, the legend. D from Fanzone said himself he wants Arteta to be the one to get us to the promised land. I think the clip was from Dan Potts' channel. And like I said, and these are the men them who get invited onto the panels. You know what I'm saying? This is who they think the people want to hear from. And he is doing his best impression because he knows that takes like these will land him on the couch at AFTV. And when you land on a platform that big, 1.8 million, you will grow your own brand. Be careful of these people who do content for a living, because they will say whatever for the clicks. I don't make any money from YouTube, y'all. YouTube costs me money. Not because I give away money every time I feel like it for trivia questions. Just doing this costs me money. But that's how much I love the club. This cost me less than it did between 2008 and 2016, where I used to fly to fucking London to watch games for $1,600. Hope she didn't hear me. Big up, Mr. Paz. Blessed love, my brother. Good, man. The absolute legend. Listen, man, appreciate y'all being here, you know. Because for someone who didn't watch that game of football and to be so angry, this therapy session is actually helping, you know. But me still vexed. A wasted season on torture ball. What a statement. That's how you start a comment. Torture ball, you know. Literally playing for corners for what? So these zesty fanboys get to live out their fantasy of a meaty ex-player winning the league. Arteta and his professional kneelers out. Get them out. Because I was saying to Gianni on the Around the League show, like, brother, how are we meant to be? We're 9 points clear. We have scored the most goals in the Premier League, but we have no attacking player in the team of the season. If you're making a team of the season, there's no Arsenal attacking player getting in it. You know why we scored all those goals? Set pieces, like Footy Bands just pointed out, and own goals. It's mad. Arteta playing 4D chess, loses all the trophies to focus on the league. Mentality monster. He's everything but a mentality monster, Juju. Gabriel Jesus is the only striker who does not play up front. He is everywhere but an attacking striker. Yeah. How long was Gyökeres on the pitch before he showed him how a striker is supposed to move? I don't want to hear shit else about Gyökeres or any of the players. At this point, none of these players are at the football club. We know the players who are here in spite of Arteta. Gyökeres, Eze, and Capie. Yeah? Every other player who was signed or either re-signed, Arteta wanted them here. Odegaard in the first couple of minutes had an opportunity to play forward. A forward ball to Havertz, but passed sideways to Mascara. Absolute. I'll see you next Tuesday off a player. Hear it? We have a coach with a mid-table profile, mid-table tactics. That's why we throw away cups and just happy to participate instead of outcomes. This mid-table Everton mentality. Yeah. We talked about how Moyes is his real mentor. Remember that? Remember we had that conversation, Jones. Yeah, I hear it. Because that's the model. D from Fanzone, I don't know who pointed it out up here, but these men, yeah, Godfrey pointed it out. So these men is like they will they want to be able to say, see, we won it with him. It's not win at all costs, it's he has to win it. I think that's bullshit. Because his way will compete, his way will challenge, but his way doesn't win. Now, if it happens to win along the way, then great. But it doesn't scream winning. Loses on a competition. He does that. That's it. Yeah. I mean, last year he was bounced out FA Cup earlier than this year. So this year is technically progress, yeah. He may have peaked. Only a new coach can save him, but that's unlikely. I think he can be useful in a different capacity, not the capacity that Arteta is just trying to force. He's literally trying to force him. You know, like D is trying to force it upon us that we have to win the league with Arteta. Arteta is trying to force it upon us that he has to win through Odegaard, his captain. Like Tony Adams' words are just burning him up. Odegaard, Havertz, Jesus, all cancers to prevent success. They choke when we need them. The most along with the manager. Facts, Ryan. Like Pep saw the writing on the wall. Pep is the same guy who pays Zinchenko at striker rather than play this dude. Madness. Odegaard never peaked. He's a failed wannabe band. He's a failed wonder kid. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah, everyone gets a shoe commercial now. If you're the number one draft pick, you get a shoe commercial. Right? That's the watered down mentality that people hate Michael for. Like, you have to win to get these accolades. You should have to win to get 15.6 million from a top club. You should. You know what I mean? Blessed love to Jagans. Anas and manas. Happy Easter Sunday to all. Big up to Jagans, man. Walk good in the street, my friend. Man, cover you under the blood and the Lamb of Sheba and protected by the conquering Lion of Judah. Jah Rastafari. Big you up, Bridget. Monster. After all this shit I've taken this season because of my club, and rightly so, it looks like we'll end up winning the same things this season. Nothing. This would be the worst. This would be the biggest bottle ever. Ever. We have never seen a team lose 4 games in a row and win the Premier League title. So we're just going to hand the Premier League title to Man City because they're winning the FA Cup. Manchester City are on for a domestic treble, y'all. And then what would our saving grace be? The Champions League? No, we're not winning that. I'm fuming. 2 cups gone and the team looks like they don't have any passion to win shit. Where is the fight, the hunger on the pitch? All losers. Hear that, man? That this is coming from a place of hurt, you know. And I'm Ryan, I'm right there with you, bro. You know what? I should go give my wife a big old hug and a kiss for not making me watch this shit yesterday. I think she did me a favor. She did me a damn favor yesterday because maybe my TV would no longer be on the wall. Out of 2 cups in 2 weeks, it's about to be 3. Yeah, it's about to be 3. Done. Done. You won the Premier League because you have higher standards, monster. We've won nothing since 2020, and our manager makes more money than yours. So your manager is being paid less and has accomplished more. You see? You see how the standards are different? Because if Arteta had come in and walked the league in his first year, man won the FA Cup in his first year, and now we're talking about contract extension 6 years later on the back of no more trophies. So had he won the Premier League in any of those years, he would have had a statue out front. I hear you, Vance. But the point I was making a point that the standard is the standard. But I fully understand. I don't want Henry as manager either. But as much as I love him, right? Even Righty, who is the guy who made me become an Arsenal fan, fuck all the shit he's doing now. But even he that I have an affinity for, even if the standard is the standard, bruv. Nowhere to be found. Now they know where they can go. They know the chat rooms that they're into. You know what I'm saying? The safe spaces. And if men think I'm going to pander to them for subscriptions and views, like I said, brother, I'm a retired CW4. I'm not on YouTube for money. Nah, it should cost me money. If you can find me a channel with 2K subs who's giving away damn near $500 with 2K subs. So I'm not here for money. I'm going to tell you what the fuck I really think. Not how I feel. Because I look at people funny who always lead with, well, I feel like. No, man. Tell me what you think. Don't tell me what you feel. Men think. Big up to Ryan. We're bottling everything while City wins the treble without the UCL. A domestic treble for Man City would cement Arteta's biggest bottle ever. Because Man City weren't at the races. Liverpool weren't at the races. We lose 4 games at any point during the season, we're no longer in the title race. Man City has lost 4 games this on the bounce this year and are in a position to say what they're allowed to say now. It's mad. Big up to Brenny. Good afternoon, Tyron and the World Class Chat. Big up to Brenny, people. Make sure that we show Brenny some love as well, Miles. We can get Brenny. There we go, Kwaja. Big you up, man. Big you up, my friend. A full screen full of Batty boys. Yeah, man, brother. And listen, one of the reasons why I do YouTube is to make the people know that that man don't speak for us, bro. They don't. Yeah, man, big Kwaja getting his daps. Yeah, man, some Easter love going on. Big up to everyone, man. Hope everyone enjoyed their Good Friday and all that. We're not playing football at all. Not winning the Champions League on these poor performances. Very poor yesterday. Unacceptable. But you know what the thing is, Brenny? I can say, you can say, DG2 can say, Mr. Paz, we can all say that was the worst performance I've seen this season. And we're talking about 4 different games. I could say this was, you could say the final, the EFL Cup final was. Someone else could say the 0-0 at home versus Liverpool, the 0-0 away at Forest was. We've had so many, the 1-1 at Leverkusen. We've had so many dead performances this season. It's hard to narrow them down to just one game. We have a box of worst performances, and there are about 10 games in that motherfucker, and every one of them fits the bill. Odegaard should have been making those line-breaking passes, but no one calls him out. Because if you call him out, you get loaned out to Marseille. You can't call out the captain. You get banished like Tony, because Tony is not getting invited to the Christmas dinner, y'all. If Arsenal Football Club is having a formal function, and all the legends, and Arteta is there as the current manager of the football club, Tony is not getting the invitation, y'all. So the man that want to go eat the caviar and all this shit in the fancy part side of London, they have to toe the line, Ian Wright. That's why he's saying all this shit that he's saying. We all know the excuses already in their pockets if that was to happen. Top Gooners are blaming Damen. They'll blame him and they'll suck him off next week. You know what I mean? It's mad. But these men just want to be wrong and strong and some shit. They were already over here weeks ago asking, when are you gonna apologize when I see the trophy? When I see the trophy. And I'm not even sure apology is the right word. But when I see the trophy is when I will say, I'm sorry I was wrong about Mikel for this season and this season only. Every other season we were right. But I didn't go in Fam Zone ZTV and be like, hey, I was right. Where's my apology for us buckling a third straight league title? Or getting kicked out of the FA Cup to the worst version of Man United that we've ever seen. You know what I mean? Or getting punched up home and away by Newcastle last year. Or going out to West Ham in the EFL Cup the season before that. Fuck me, man. Can someone tell me why the Guna wants all the men in this chat to see his body every time Arsenal score? Oh, he's doing that. He's doing the Matisse thing. Listen, another brother who does YouTube full time. When people do YouTube full time, they have to have a niche. The views pays the bills, LFC monster. So if you put yourself in that body that you show to the world, if the algorithms and the analytics say when on the streams where you take your shirt off and go mad, you generate more revenue. That's what they do. Yeah. So be very wary of the content you consume. If they do it full time, there is an element of truth, but there's an element of necessity for clicks. Yeah. Southampton have knocked him out of the cup of cups before as well. Second time, yeah. January of 2021. Knocked him out. I think Bednarek, or it was an own goal from Gabriel or something. Vigilante, my bro, it's almost time. It's almost time for a trophy. Or our gentleman's jack will be cracked open, my friend. That's his mentor. That's his tech. That's who teaches him. That's who advises him. And that's who coached him. That boy didn't learn anything from Wenger. Not a mother-loving thing. Beta! Giving his back to fans. That dude's got ego inflated like a blimp since he's been on. Oh, he's been on. See, this is what I'm saying, sir. Been on TalkSport. I seen Under the Lens, yeah, with Mons. With Mons on Views' channel. Big up to Bro Views. Under the Lens is a fantastic show if y'all haven't checked it out with anyone. Views he has found a niche there, and I hope that show blows up because I know Views is a real one that won't change once he gets on them fucking platforms. But in the interview when he was talking to Mons, yeah, Mons said this year, 2026, was the best year for him financially or business-wise, as far as content goes. So I'm sitting there like, let me get this straight. So last year, Liverpool win the league by 10 points clear. Walk it. But this year, when you're bad and you're worse, and it's the worst title defense ever, it's the best year for your content. What does that tell me? That tells me that this is chaos. People like chaos. They like crash outs. They like meltdowns. So if you're a deluded gooner, chaos and crash outs. You do it, you get the views, you get the clicks, you get on TalkSport. Because Mons himself been on Sky quite frequently. But the crash out. Why didn't they do it last year when it was good content to talk about? You see? Misery loves company. Don't know any managers worse than Arteta. That's my honest opinion. Lampard, Gerrard, Ten Hag, Winthrop. Yeah. Just for context, Tyson. Last year, Arteta made more money than Slot, Glasner, and Eddie Howe combined. And all three of those managers left the party with trophies. World Cup will be canceled to cook us. We are going to get cooked. We are going to get properly cooked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Big up, big up, big up. What time is it now? Big up to Wahaha. Man, she did me an honest favor, man. She big you up and big her up for that. Big up to Binks. You know, just Binks has to raise the mood a little bit, man. So we'll big up Binks for real, because the mood is too down.
You feel big up, all of the woman them big up, all of the girl them big up, big up.
Big up to Binksy. I know you're fuming. I don't know if you went to the game. I know that Jez had to drive 2 hours to go watch that shit show. So I feel bad for Jez. I'm gonna have to shoot Jez a message. Guna SC. I think Guna SC had 2-1 Southampton, you know. But man had the right prediction. Big you up. Big up Binksy again, man. Happy Easter to you too, girl. Manners and respect to you. Keon is his ass. This guy. I thought Ian Wright was doing I thought Wrighty was, you know, the mouthpiece of the club. But it's like Keon is like, no, I want that title as well. So let me. It's like he has an insatiable appetite for one-upsmanship with the crazy takes. So Wrighty will say something crazy and he will say something crazier, and they just keep going. Blood is boiling. You know, my blood is boiling because I see y'all blood's boiling because like Wahaha said, wifey did me a favor yesterday. By beating us in Newcastle, Pep found a formula to beat this season's football style. City will win all their remaining games. Mikel will bottle as usual. Well, they win all their remaining games. They win the league. They 100% win the league. Just saw Robbie and Lee Judges camp together. The Walrus. The Walrus. I haven't heard that one for time. It's a disgrace. We'll defend Arteta till the end. Thanks. Same thing. It doesn't matter how big AFTV gets. When you do content full time, it's clicks over substance. It's clicks and views over truth. Those sponsored trip to Singapore aren't cheap, especially when you are traveling with a camera crew and all this shit and all this equipment. It's not cheap. So he knows he is in good graces with the social media directors at the club. Why do you think Turkish ain't over there anymore? When you're not winning and you're starved for trophies, like, you can't suppress truth. So those Singapore, I don't know where Arsenal is going for preseason this year. I know they're not coming here, so they'll probably go back to Asia. Those trips are very expensive. So he has to make sure he toes the line. So he is on the plane and he gets his media access pass. You know, the media access pass that allows him and Cecil and Judges and Curtis to get up close with the players. So you see these men, they will sit in their studio. If I see Mikel in the street, if I see Declan in the street, you know what you're going to do if you see him in the street? You're going to ask him for a picture, you pussy hole. That's what you're going to do. I see, hey, can you sign this? My son, what? No, your son doesn't wear an extra large top. That's your jersey. That's your shirt that you're asking for Calafiore to sign. But in the studio on your channel doing watch-alongs, you want to get upset. You want him out the club if you see him in the street. You ain't going to do shit. You selling wolf tickets. Because you know you get out of line, you got to toe the line as well. I can see through bullshit. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Mikel isn't doing football. This shit isn't football. It's Arteta's idea of what control is. A controlled loss. Breaking, Arsenal have made their stance clear to Mikel: win the Premier League or he will be sacked. Oh, so are the top gooners, they're aware of this, Hendo? Or are they gonna be mad at the club now? And this stance shouldn't even be a thing, Hendo. This should be a preseason thing. There shouldn't be any context. It's black and white at the end of the season. You either win or you fuck off. And I don't see him prioritizing Prem, because we're being shit in the Prem as well. Following internal discussions, the club hierarchy have informed Arteta that his future hinges entirely on delivering the league title this season. And yet here we are last week talking about contract extension with the Premier League not wrapped up. What are we doing? 3 points clear with 15 points to play for. That ain't no safe lead. That in and of itself is what I always refer to. You do not trust a fart if you have diarrhea. That's what Mikel is. He's been shitting all over the place for 6 years. Diarrhea FC. Diarrhea football. Diarrhea manager. Failure to lift the trophy would see him not continue as manager next season. Expectations are now firmly set at the highest level. A day late and $1 short with their announcement. But even if he wins the Premier League, Hendo, no contract extension. You still have 1 year left on your deal. We'll see how we start next season. You have to win it this year, and at the start of next year, you have to challenge. You have to be fully in this thing. You can't be out of everything in January. No. Then we will use the rest of the season as a preseason with the new manager and go again in 27-28. You feel me? I hope it is. Talked about it earlier. The standards are the standards. Sadly, we've seen this movie already. It's already happened. Mikhail will bottle this league. They're gonna call you names, Joins. But no, there's a safe space here for accountability. Because all chats aren't created equal. Yeah? All chats aren't created equal. And we know that BBK Sports chat room ain't for the faint of heart. You know, we seen a man named Nems fake his whole account, put Nems AFC and got modded in channels and got found out and is still modded. We don't do the fake shit. Once I get a hint of fakeness, I'm done with you, bro. The parade will be going on. Then there's the second of Arteta. Big you up, man. Yeah, they know he ain't got the jewels for that. You know? Fight to be at the front. Gotcha. Because I'm there for the parade. But at this point, it looks like I'll be saving some more money this summer. Y'all are goated, you know. So we have a coach that's scared of teams that beat him before instead of wanting revenge. We are finished. Done out here. Yeah. But you know, even if it isn't even reliable, that energy needs to be put in the air. We can't have another case of what happened last year and the year before that, when the match-going fans are standing up singing Super Mick Arteta on deadline day, and we didn't win. Like, what are you on, bro? Make it hurt, guys. No. Keeping you for another 6 years would be hurting. Yeah, misery loves company, bro. It's facts. Ancient philosophy have said that many, many times. Misery loves company. They want Mikhail to be up there with elite coaches. The truth is, Martinez, Poch caliber, that's the truth. Mid-level, mid-level. They make memes and reels all the time and put him in conversation that he doesn't belong. Man sending me, those stat-driven ones. He's not as shit as you think because he has more wins than Wenger and Mourinho in a given time frame. That doesn't make any sense. And then I retort and I send it back to him and say, no, he's twice as shit at those managers because he's the only one on there who doesn't win. What the fuck you think this is? You think I get any joy and copium out of Arteta's accomplishments with his meaningless stats? What? 2-0, yeah. Okay. No, you predicted a win. Endo also predicted a 2-0. Would have been 4-1 if they finished those chances. I heard they hit the bar a couple of times. I didn't see them. Listen, they got wifey, yeah? This manager, I don't want him at the club. I don't even care if he wins something. Get him out. Big you up. Turkish doing match reaction in his car at the dead of night like a real one. He had to leave that AFTV, bro. Clearly, if he was over AFT, he couldn't be saying the stuff that he wants to say. He couldn't be telling the truth, not his truth or her truth. I hate what these new terms that they have nowadays talking about. I'm going to tell my truth. Mikhail is going to tell you. There is no your truth, motherfucker. The truth is the truth. You don't get to put a spin on truth. The truth is raw in its purest form. You can't polish a turd. It's still a piece of shit. So when I see man talking about we were progressing, no, we were stagnant. Second. That's stagnation. That's not progress. You change that second to fourth, and let me see if the energy was different. Because you're gonna have a hard time explaining to me what the difference is between second, and fourth. It's just a night out midweek. See, Liverpool did a third, did a fifth, third, first. That's progress. Yeah? Fifth in 2023, third in 2024, first in 2025. That's progress, not second. You've flatlined, you've plateaued. This manager is supposed to feel a weakened team. Then all his players rested. It's a disgrace. You know what rotation looks like for a top manager? Go look at PSG at the weekend. You know, they played Paco instead of Nuno Mendes and Pavard and rested because they know they're going to punch up Liverpool midweek. Perfect mixture of X, Y, and Z, and those players are fit. And they got injuries as well because I think Fabian Ruiz has been out for time, and he still rotate that midfield and keep him fresh enough for the business run in. Sack him now. I know brother Dal was fuming yesterday. And we're on TJ Warren channel today at 1 p.m. So that's 9 p.m. UK time. Please tune in for that, people, if you have time. People told me I was doing too much since I wanted the coach out, even if he wins. Leopard don't change their spots. This man shows you who he is. You know, the late, great Maya Angelou said once, right? When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Not when they tell you. Not when they say shit backstage and then the camera goes live and they talk all the good shit. Or, like I said earlier, I'm in all these group chats. I see man say stiff stuff in the group chats. But when they're on screen, they say the opposite. In the group chats, I want this manager out. He's shit. He's this and that. Camera goes live. Well, you know what I'm saying? We're talking to people. You know, you ain't going to win every game. No. I can't watch you be fake. So either one, I will either unsubscribe to your channel or I will remove myself from the group chat. That way you can lie to me. Because if you lie to me without me knowing, then shame on you in it for lying. But if you're lying to me and I know that you're lying to me and I continue to watch, then shame on me for consuming your fuckery. But joins, stay the fuck out of those group chats. Don't let that shit rub off on you. You're safe here. Dal, you've been on the same shit. Matter of fact, you might have been the first one. First they called you crazy. Now they understand. Yeah? I'm right there with you, my G. It's not a team ready to compete in Europe, and it's nowhere near the required standard. They need to take a hard look at themselves. It starts at the top, my friend. You are responsible for the people that you lead, and anyone who disagrees is never led. Right? I'm on a panel with Gunali and we're talking about leadership. Man is telling me about a school teacher and kids. Motherfucker, you're the only adult in the room. So yes, you're the leader by default. It's easy to lead kids. But when you're required to lead men, grown men with family, it takes a different type of skill. A type of skill that only real leaders have. And if you don't believe me, you can ask him.
Maybach music. Finally the herbs come around. When me a look for me get it by the phone, yeah. Come, Mr. Telling me. Oh, yo! Summer ganja planter. Me the ganja farmer. Me ganja the excuse me while I lock my spirits.
Out in the street, they call it murder.
Smoke the herbs, the herbs, the herbs, the herbs, the herbs.
That's what the game yesterday makes me want to do. Makes me want to go smoke some herb and just mellow away and float away from all this shit. Because I can't.
Maybach music.
But that's the power of the Ross, you know. Even in a shit mood like this, Ross can crash the chat in the middle of our venting session and still give us some insight that there is life outside of football because we're associated with legendary people like E. Ross, the boss. Big him up every time. No chance. They say never, but we have no chance. When Mourinho did it with Porto, you know, he went on to prove that he had something about him. You know what I mean? Mikel at this point is proving that he doesn't. I'm sure he is, man. I'm sure. And this is when they invite men like that on. Like Usam knows that that's going to drive clicks. Like I said, people, be careful of these guys who do content full time. It's views over everything. Yeah. Brother is a a YouTuber who does content, and he picked the right club to do it because he couldn't be a Liverpool supporter. Might be smarter than we think. But what delusional fan base can I manipulate the most for a living? Can't do City, no one gives a shit. He can't be Chelsea, they're not big like that. Not online, at least. Couldn't be Man United, there's too many of them. Couldn't be Liverpool, they actually stick together and have standards. Give my shot at Arsenal. They're delusional as fuck. They have Julian, they have Christians, they have Dans, they have Ty, they have D. Can we still win the court? We gotta ask Boy 10. We gotta, matter of fact, when y'all see Boy 10 over by Waffle Don or over by Gary, don't waste the trip, ask him. That's where I see him. I don't watch everybody. Those are the channels that I watch. I watch Gary, don't waste the trip. So you can catch him over there. That's where Boy 10 usually hangs out. Blunder man just be plundering. I can't even listen to this guy. Like, I've met Lee Judges as a person, the guy that got a picture with him on my Instagram. I refused to take it down because that was a good dude when I met him. It was respectful to me, respectful. We were nice. We had a couple of drinks in Nuremberg. But we beat Bournemouth, and then we'll be the best team ever again. He too has to toe the line, Goonie, because he will be on that club-sponsored trip preseason. It's him, Julian, Robbie, Cecil, Curtis Shaw, and the camera crew. That's how they roll. So he can rant all he wants to, but he knows he can only say so much. You know what I mean? Them, man, they say, pinch of salt. JT, 100%. I think a lot of the criticism is unfair, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the managerial choice. He had the luxury of years that rarely any manager gets. There's no pointing fingers. JT, if you're going to end the comment by saying he had the luxury of years that really any manager gets, how is the criticism unfair? I'm not having a go at you, because this is a respectful comment, but it contradicts itself. Or am I reading this wrong? If you're saying the 100% of the criticism of Mikel or the team is fair, because I'm shitting on, I'm not talking about the players now. I'm done talking about players. I'm talking about the person who leads the players. If the criticism is unfair, you can't say he has had luxury that manager doesn't get. Because if you have the luxury that managers don't get, then the criticism is fair. Am I crazy? Am I a prick, fam? Chat, 30. Am I crazy? Feel free to respond, JT. There is no pointing fingers. God damn. Matter of fact, fingers extended and joined. That's how we point them in the military. You know how they say? You point one, there's four. No, fingers extended and joined. And it makes for I can slap him. But I don't think the criticism is unfair. No. Matter of fact, I don't think the criticism, I think the protection is unfair. Because he gets protected at a level that I have never seen. Doggy. 40 likes and counting. We're here, people. I got time today. Is the game on? What time is Leeds playing? Let me see if Leeds is on. Leeds and West Ham. Imagine if West Ham go on to win this fucking FA Cup. Yeah, they're on. They've been on for 10 minutes. Well, guess who won't be watching the FA Cup draw? Us. We're not invested. More dappins. Hey, man, big up the chat, man. Can't wait to talk to you later, Dal. Gonna leave is goofy in footy convos. How do people have convos with him about footy? So the thing is, like, Lee, the thing that people don't know about Lee, right? Lee watches a lot of football backstage. Like, he knows football. Right? But again, Lee does content full time. You see, there's a trend here. Full time. It's engagement. Half the time, Lee will do a 6-hour stream. The 6 hours, 2 hours of it might be football. The other 4 hours is just him vibing with the chat. He can talk about anything. Like, people fuck with him, they fuck with him. But he can talk football. But he knows the game very well. All talk, no walk. Mourinho, all talk and walk. I hear it. JT says, I think Arteta was almost there. The last 10% improvements he would need. Looks like he isn't able to do it. So the criticism is fair. 100% of the players are here because he wants him here. There are no players at this football club that he didn't sign or re-sign. And if you're a manager with a team that's almost winning, and then a sporting director gives you Eze, who just won the FA Cup in a worse team, gives you Gyökeres, a guy who scored 100 goals over the past 2 seasons, gives you Nketiah, gives you Mascara, and then your football gets worse, that's down to you. That's down to your leadership. That's down to your tactics. Big up, Jordan. Big you up, man. Really sorry to each and every one of you Arsenal fans in here for the constant repeating of this manager is destroying the club. He is not saving us. And if we stick with him, he is going to end up doing, the next manager is going to end up having to do what Top Gooners think he is doing now. They're really going to have to dig us out of a rut. Yeah? You are giving other fan bases too much credit. The only fan base that I give credit are the ones that win. I don't think Mikel Arteta would survive Liverpool's fan base. 6 years, no trophy, playing football like this. No, I don't think they would stand for it. Even Man City fan base, who are spoiled children, wouldn't go for this. He damn sure wouldn't last at Chelsea, not Roman's Chelsea. Even this version of Chelsea about to have 3 different managers since Arteta's been here. Maybe even more than that. Who was managing Chelsea in 2020? In 2019? Sorry, wasn't it? They've gone through so many. Arteta wouldn't have survived these other clubs, JT. I'm sorry. Arsenal is the only big club in Europe that he could do this shit at. If you disagree, you disagree, and that's fine. But I don't think so. In my humble opinion. Get away from that Kool-Aid. They've been running the same nonsense for 6 years. Ever decreasing circles. It's getting smaller and tighter and smaller and tighter. That fish getting smaller. The fish was small for me this year. I didn't think we would win the Premier League. I'm saying domestic cup double. Wahaha is my witness. We were in the final for one and we got a favorable draw for the other. And here we are with 2 X's on both. That's why I put it in the thumbnail. You know, like that. That's what they say. You know, like that. You know, I crap them screenshots of Boateng crashing up. But when I'm saying that, who is he talking to, Doc? That's what I'm going to ask him when he eventually pops back up in here. Like, who are you telling? I'll be like, you know what? Just go play the stream from August, September, October, November, January, February, March, April, May. Wycliffe settings. Like, who are you telling, bro? You're not talking to anyone. We should be telling you. If you're a boy 10 and you have anything about you, you show up in the chat, you let us know you are here, and you listen. Or you can be a silent listener. If you're listening, boy, then don't comment. Don't say shit because you can't tell us anything. Because what you're going to tell us is what we told you. So what are you doing? Two things can be true. If someone is cheating on his wife, not I, you call him a murderer, the criticism is unfair, but he's still a bad person. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Because there's a reason why he's cheating on his wife. If he's cheating on his wife because she's not fucking him, but if he's just out here clapping everybody's cheeks, if he's out here doing a Mateo, then it's different. And by whose standards are we talking about cheating? Because polygamy is a thing. The menu is very short for Arteta. It's win or fuck off. 6 years. He's not winning, so he can fuck off. This is his football. Still his football. E-Ross with the weather update. Let's look at Proper Chels dad, my broski. Proper Chels dad says, big up to you. How was the Champions team? Slap it right out. Dan, I didn't watch the game, my bro, so I have to take your word for it. I have to take the legends in the chat who said we were bad. Big up to my wife. She took me out yesterday for a wonderful afternoon. The weather was nice. So I just saw the scoreline, and I'm just as mad as the people who watched it. Big up to you and your 7-0 performance, showing a League One side their place, putting 7 past them. I don't care if it's 7. You did your bits. Yeah? So, yeah, the Saints, they marched all over us, my bro. I have nothing for you today, Dan. Nothing. We're talking this cup. You're still in the FA Cup. You have something to say about it. In the league, it's a different story. Because right now, it's a foolish dog that will bark at a flying bird. And right now, Arsenal are the flying bird, and Chelsea is the foolish dog in the Premier League, like 22 points behind. But in the FA Cup, you get to say your piece. I have nothing for you, my friend. Big you up, and congrats on your Wembley trip. And you see who you get. Shaggy. Good comparison though, but yeah, Shaggy. Big up to Dan, man. I hope Dan. And you know what? Chelsea will probably get Leeds or West Ham in the next round and probably beat them. But I think City are winning the FA Cup, Dan. City are on for the treble, which is crazy. Crazy. Wenger was out-hounded for less. Yes. But this PL opposed get to spend, and fail. This is like fail rich kid ruining the father's company or running the father's company in the ground. Yeah, you know how they say a talent skips a generation. So we have a generational manager in Wenger, a good manager in David Moyes. I'm going to call David Moyes a good manager. He is a good man. You don't stick around in football this long in those clubs. And I think David Moyes is on big money. I think he's on like 12 million. That generation of manager taught him, but this shit skipped him. The attacking part. Arteta fell asleep in the damn meeting when they were talking about attacking tactics. He was only awake for the defensive part. He just needs to walk, man. But he's not walking away from 15 million. So I don't know why this club is out here trying to talk about extension. No, bro. Even if you win, we don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And when say we get over the line and we win this Premier League, right? Which is just a fantasy at this point. And I'm at the parade and they're doing new scams. I'm gonna grab one of them cameras and I'm gonna make sure I say, hey, contract extension, dead that shit. He still got a year on his deal. Let him play out. As much as Mikel Clouseau has spent over the years, he's always short of players. Drunkies have the final say over transfers. In the details is kept quiet, so it could be, why don't they sack him? They're not sacking him because the money keeps coming in. Like, we're going to, this year, the Premier League, Arsenal are going to get at least 190 million from league position payout, whether you finish first or second. No, it's going to be almost 200 million. So the money is coming in. We shithouse our way past Sporting, another semifinal payout. So the money is coming in. He is hitting those benchmarks. But the standards of the football club must be kept. He is getting worse. I agree. Since 23-24, I would argue. But if being second 3 times and almost there, then I don't know anymore. Well, almost doesn't count. We don't want to be the nearly men. We finished second with better teams in this squad between 99 and 01. And people were talking about the Top Gunners was using this year when they talk about the last time we finished second, we finished first. Okay, well, that team had Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira in it. Real captains, world-class players. This team has none. You see our captain's performance yesterday. I didn't, but y'all did, and you know it wasn't good enough. Now, JT, if it was third, would you call that stagnation? Because second isn't progress to me. It's not. Me not in nothing with you if you not make no progress. Arteta doesn't know he's spoiled because he's never had to manage a full. Yeah, he has never, ever had to struggle. You know what I mean? Man is making us struggle. You know what I mean? Yeah, happy Easter, Dan. Big you up, man. Big you up. Appreciate you passing through for the Arsenal tears. You know, we know how you do. Oh, it's right after. Yeah, no enthusiasm to watch this shit, man. No. Ross, you know. Big up, Ross, man. Yes, the criticism you just listed right now is 100% fair, but making him out like he's an absolute clown of a manager and criticize him for stuff that isn't even happening. I'm criticizing him for being here 6 years and not winning anything. That's what I'm criticizing him for. I'm criticizing because he's on big boy money, 15.6 million, but he's not delivering big boy results. You can't walk away from a season where you're Oliver Glasner, Arne Slot, and Eddie Howe, and their salaries combined are less than what Mikel Arteta makes, and those 3 managers won something. I'm criticizing because we can't attack. The mentality of the players is set by the manager. He is the leader. He's the head of the snake. Like JT, you see that BMW that you drive or that Benz? If it fucks up, it's not the factory employees that got to go in front of Congress and testify. It's the CEO. Leadership matters. And anyone think it doesn't are people who have never led. You have to lead these men. You have to motivate them. You have to get them ready to play. And you have duty of care. So when you have Zubimendi playing 3,000 minutes and Norgard playing 10, and then Zubimendi's clearly injured, clearly tired, and you just continue to do this over and over and over, then it's, you know what I'm saying, it's mad. He's just an inexperienced okay-ish manager. So here's the thing, JT. If you drive trucks for 6 years, are you still a rookie? If you're a truck driver. Now, you're not as experienced as someone who's driven trucks for 26 years, but you're not a rookie anymore at 6 years in. It doesn't take 6 years for a first officer to be in the pilot seat. You're a first officer for 6 years flying commercial routes regularly. You have accumulated enough hours to be a captain of an aircraft, of a 777 MAX. He's not inexperienced anymore. 6 going on 7 years. There is no manager in the Premier League other than Pep who's paid more than him. He's not a baby. Now, if we're going to call him an inexperienced manager, let's pay him as such. Let's pay him as such. You know what I'm saying? I think that's fair. Second does not tell the full story. Win nothing each season. Shot on a ton of yep. And this is the difference between us and Liverpool, JT. When Liverpool was finishing second, when Liverpool were doing their 5th, 3rd, 1st, because that's what they did. They didn't do second. When they were finishing 5th, 3rd, and 1st, they were picking up other stuff. And I'm only upset at Mikel Arteta because I think the squad is good enough to win something. We're trophyless in 6 years, my friend. I'm an old man. I was 20-something. My entire 30s what went by. This club didn't win the Premier League. It's mad. So Lampard. So it was Lampard. Then Lampard got sacked for Tuchel. Yeah. But the point is, you've gone through about 5 or 6 managers since Arteta's been here. And since Arteta's been here, we've won one trophy. How many trophies have Chelsea's won? Quite a bit. You see? You sack him till you find the right one. BB them fish sardines. Big up Ross, man. I'm okay with it. I'm hated by positive fans and negative fans alike. I'm used to that. No worries. But you're safe here, my G. You're safe here. And it's not. I don't even the negative thing. Is it negative or are you being real when you hold the standards of the football club? Because you have to do it. The Cronkies aren't doing it. Mikel isn't walking away from 15.6. So who's going to hold the standards of the football club to a trophy-winning standard? It has to be us. Because Wenger allowed us to sit at certain tables that, dare I say, we don't even belong to sit on. But because we have this golden trophy and we sit there and talk to other fans and say, is yours gold? That's a title-winning standard, my friend. So let's get back to that so we can talk like these positive men talk when they talk to rivals. Let's win a little bit. You know what I mean? If you find them, you can show up, man. But you can't. We're going to slap you. We're going to go ahead and slap you, Chelsea Dan, because I don't know where you got that from. There are people in here who watch me every day, and there is not another clip that you can find of those words leaving my lips. Yeah, man. God to November. He is an absolute clown of a manager. Useless. Little to no effect on the team's performance. Facts. Unqualified for the job at a top club. That's the point. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm hearing it. I'm fully hearing it. There it is. Yeah, I didn't even have to. I had to slap you for that. But there's a don't come over here and don't come over here and lie, Dan. Fly away. What happens if City face Chelsea in Wembley? It's belt to ass. Belt to ass. Yeah, I think Chelsea will slap them up. Yeah, man. Conspicuously. They'll pop back up. Definitely, Shaggy. Dan says, to be fair, I didn't celebrate it. I know full well City will win it. Or the Cup, the FA Cup. Okay. I mean, you have a chance. I think if you one-off game, you can beat City in it. But right now, the smoke that they're on, and I think they beat you next week at the Stamford Bridge anyway. Let's see who the club will be linked to this summer following. Yeah, PR. And Ross, before you popped in here, I asked the chat, as any merch job. Contract, something. There's a spin. There is a spin coming soon. I'm out of here soon, man. I'm out of here soon, Dal. Not Dal, Dan. Send me a link, man. We can set something up at another time. But yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out of here soon. But big you up, man. Where we at? Doc says they may have had Henri and Juan Vieira, but we had Pillowfoot and the German donkey with 4 left hooves. It's mad. Many heads will come out the sand after the generational summer cooking. Nah, after it wears off, they will double down, especially if he stays. Yeah, You know, I mean, normally I tone it down around an hour and a half, but it's too much, man. It is too much. Out of 2 cups in 2 weeks, least I can do is stream for 2 hours. If it's a day that I was gonna do it, it had to be today. What they showing in the back? Give me the highs and the lows of my club over being a steady heady but not winning anything. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be a rapper, right, and I'm gonna give you 10 albums, give me 1 classic in there. You know what I mean? Give me 4 or 5 platinum albums, and then there's some maybe a shit 1 or 2. Versus I give you 10 albums and they're all 5s across the board. You know what I'm saying? I do a Rick Ross. I don't have any classics, but I just got all, some vanilla albums. And you know what, Darren, I love this comment because this only now and only then will people realize that what we're saying about Arteta now, when he makes the mid-table team worse. Because people seem to think he took us from here and had us up there. Now we're not there yet. We're still below the water. We're not above water. We're gasping for air. BBK, one time in Jason's Goodness chat, someone said they've seen more silver at Arsenal than the Jamaican cab driver. Big up JGTV. That's a classic Jamaican boy joke right there, man. Hey, JT, it's all good, bro. It's all good, brother. Like the 100%. Like this chat called me out every time I say something crazy. So I got thick skin. I'm not afraid of criticism. You know what I mean? And I appreciate your comments. You know what I mean? It's just the reason why I challenged the first comment you put in is if you say it's because you said the criticism is unfair, but in the same comment you kind of highlighted why I think it's fair because he's been given what no other manager has been given. So on that premise, I think it's fair. But big you up every time, twice on Sunday, 3 times on Easter Sunday. Imagine Odegaard leading the platoon. They were he will march him straight into an ambush. They'd be like, Captain, don't go there. I advise everyone to stay away from BMWs. They're more complicated than Arteta's football. Hey, listen to this man, Listen to E-Ross when he speaks, But E-Ross, I did live in Bavaria for 3 years, and I'm not going to lie. While I was there, I did drive a couple of them. And I do like them. Maybe the older versions, but the newer versions of them, I've been impressed. So, but, hey, I'm no expert. I'll take your word for it. With all due respect, Arsenal aren't that good. None taken. Don't expect Real Madrid level success when your best player Max isn't good enough. Well, he's not going to make the World Cup at 16. You know what I mean? Max, we're not out the FA Cup because of Max, Joe. We are out the FA Cup because of Arteta. All right, and Real Madrid didn't become Real Madrid. They weren't born that way. They became Real Madrid from sustained levels of success. We're not asking for that. We're asking for something. We're asking, let's not go 6-7 years without a trophy. We're not asking for Real Madrid levels. But Max isn't, because Arteta had his way. Max would have been nowhere near the squad. If Odegaard was fit and Saka was fit, Max isn't starting. Max started yesterday out of necessity. Okay, it's manager Sam Allardyce, Owen Coyle, Ian Holloway, Roberto Martinez given 6 years and $1 billion with silverware. Unai Emery. Throw Unai Emery in there. And I don't rate him that much, but you throw him in there and you give him 3 cracks at the Europa League. He wins one of them. That's his competition. He had 1 crack at the Europa League and got to a final with Iwobi and Mkhitaryan and shit. Yeah? Arteta had 3 cracks at it. The last time he was in it, got bounced up out of there by this Saliba, by this Sporting team with Ruben Amorim. Scammer him, Yeah. Went and managed in Feyenoord and learned how to manage people, manage grown men, and learn how to win. Then come to Arsenal and did his thing. Yeah. No title, man. Right after the 04 title, I had to get on a C-17 aircraft and go to Afghanistan. The same week. We even managed to win a League Cup with Roy Hodgson in our squad. Bad times. Yeah. And Wenger, right up. Wenger's worst years pick up, hey, cup here and there. Arteta ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who Joe think he's talking to. I think Joe thinks he's in one of them top Gooner. Joe thinks he's in one of them top Gooner chats. But over here, we dish out accountability, my friend. This is not Fam Zone. This is not Egal Talks Football. This is not Gooners Therapy. This is BBK Sports, where we're anti-Arteta. This fan base have an excuse for everything, I swear. They have a solution. They have a problem for every solution. You know what I'm saying? It's like, goddamn, at some point, you just have to rip the Band-Aid off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's one of the first thing I looked at. I saw him. He got hooked at the 61st minute. That's what I was getting at, Jones, when I said it took Gabriel to make the line-breaking pass. Gabriel. Because the whole time Odegaard was out there, what the fuck was he doing? Hiding like he does every game, every big game. Out there hiding, run around, look busy. That's what he does. He did it against the Forest game. Just busy. Like, brother, what are you doing? Come on, man. Fix up. A manager who would spend 4 seasons in the top 4, the so-called best league in the world, is not. He's not inexperienced. I'll push back on that, the inexperienced argument. Pause. Right? Because I know pilots who started their first officer time in 2020 and during COVID, and they're captains now. Yeah. Joe Schaap, one of my soldiers, got out of the army in 2020. Used to work for me, but he was so brilliant. He wanted to be a pilot. So we let him go to school. He gets his certification, and he flew for regional jets, and then he was a first officer in 2020. He's a captain now, flying Boeing airplanes. Experienced captain. Arteta is not an inexperienced. He's just shit. This guy will take a shot at He will take a shot at Liverpool every chance that he gets, you know. He has experience of what not to do. He refuses because of his fucking ego, and he knows what to do to win. He just refuses to do it because he wants to win. He is the classic cut off his nose to spite his damn face. Yeah, I am still pissed off, says Rob. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry you had to watch that shit. We went from treble to trouble. That's in the thumbnail. Tyson says, I'm behind you, but that comments make no sense. 2 things can be true. He only mentioned ones that should. Okay, I get what you said. But big up, man. Listen, people, it is Easter Sunday. I have to go give some thanks and some prayers. But I want to thank you for the therapy session. Still, big and serious. Because where do we go from here? I don't know where the hell we go from here, y'all. But let me see real quick. Let me see who's live. I can send you lovely people too to do some more therapy. Want to get away from the Arsenal madness for a second. So here's what I'll do. My G, top guy. Top content creator that we might need some help from. We might need some help from him in the future. Big went from treble to trouble, sakalaka boom. But yeah, it's one of them ones where I have to big up everyone. Even JT, big you up, man, for coming through. But you know, we'll disagree without being violently disagreeable or belligerently disagreeable at the top gooners who come over here and just chat fuckery when we lose. And when we win a game, they want to put all the praise on Arteta. But when we lose, he don't get any of the blame. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. But like I always say, people, Take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone. I'm sending you over to Tony. Over to Tony Blackall on West Ham TV. Love, and tell him BBK Raid. Love.